So Karen, we're standing on the lot of the property you once owned right here. We're just off 7th Avenue, and this area is extremely run down. Question for you. Were there any interests that came together to cause this demise?
Well, I don't think there was anybody that came together with a good interest, because, you know, the streetwalkers, the prostitutes, the druggies, the homeless that we dealt with on a day-to-day basis that the city was very aware of never helped us. And I contribute that to them just out of sight, out of mind, and then not having enough police presence. Because again, police presence is a deterrent.
Do you believe that there were other interests that affected this?
Well, I know a lot of businesses down here have been hurt. I know a lot of businesses feel the economic pain, the moral pain, the emotional pain, because whenever you've worked to pay off a piece of property, it's become part of you, and you've been on it for so long, or it's a family heirloom or whatever. I believe there was a lot of forces that came together, all of them together, that affected my business and the other businesses down here, but I have proof that it affected mine.
Would you like to name some of those?
Well, you know, it's very personal for me, but anybody that would like to hear my story, that wants to talk to me, or anybody that believes they have a story, I would like to hear from them. Good, bad, indifferent. You can go to the public index in Horry County and you can see my lawsuit. And if you have any affiliation or have been done wrong by anybody in that, please let's talk. I'd love to hear your story, and I'd love to tell you mine. Hey, I'm Karen Mitchell. I'm a lifetime citizen here in Myrtle Beach, and the reason I'm on here today is I started noticing the young girl named Shannon, her video down here and the comments on social media and everything. And to be honest with you, I haven't been down here in quite a while. So I decided to come down, and I started coming down here the last few days, and I started looking. My mom and dad bought the first motel when I was 17. So I have been down here on these streets since I was 17 years old. I didn't leave here until 2015 and moved. I am telling you, when we bought the motel, it was the most wonderful area. We had great guests. We had wonderful people staying with us. We had the editor of the Knoxville Sentinel. There was one whole town from Morristown, Tennessee that stayed with us every year. They would just about book the whole building. We didn't have to advertise because the people loved the area. And you know, it's not the same. And I believe the deterioration, I hate to say it, but I believe the deterioration's been on purpose. Because anybody on city council, city government, or city employee, or anybody that could come down here and not see where it's dirty, where there's problems, and what it used to be. You know, when we were back in the 80s and the 90s, we had 23 officers per shift. We had police officers. We had the visibility of police officers. Police officer visibility is a deterrent. It made the families feel comfortable. I mean, you saw them. I mean, we were out here night and day. You saw them asking a police officer for directions. Police officers taking pictures with them, especially sometimes when the tri-cart came out. They would get the little kids on there and let them take a picture with them or pose with them. We had what we had called good city policing. We still have good officers, that's not it. But our officers that are down here, the last 2 years we were here, one would pull up and he'd say, "Miss Karen, it's not that I don't care about you or anything, he said, but there's not enough of us, and we're going call to call to call. We don't have time to stop and speak to a merchant or a business owner. We need to do something about this. This downtown area can be a beautiful area. We spent millions building the boardwalk. I'm told that it's not kept up the way it needs to be, lighting and everything else. You know, we need to do something about the panhandlers. You know, we have, and you say, well, what do? Well, we have laws on the books for the panhandlers. And, you know, you just enforce your laws. It may be cumbersome to the jail or to the judges, but that's what we need to do. And we need to stop it. We need to clean up the area. It needs to be family friendly. I love Myrtle Beach. I absolutely love Myrtle Beach. And we need to be working on making it great. We need to get back to where everybody on the East Coast and everywhere thought of Myrtle Beach as the great family destination. One of the key businesses that had a direct effect on my family business, my property, my livelihood, everything, my children, my health. And I just wonder if other people, anybody else has experienced what I have experienced. And, you know, go to the Public Index and look at my story, Horry County Public Index, and one of the key players in it is McNair Law Firm. And you know, I'd love to hear your story if you have one, and I don't mind telling you mine, because I wonder if there are other people that have been hurt like me.